I see Gamera is now giving yoga classes. Is there anything that turtle can't do? How many people will be confused by that intro? Tomorrow's aerobics. Gamerobics? Gamerobics. Plastodon, hello sir. How are things down in Los Angeles? That's quite all right. You're here now. All right, signed into everything. So yes, today is number 3. I'm going through speed mechanics for lead guitar. A bit of an update for the legato training course. So a big chunk of it has been put up on Patreon. This is what I just finished putting together today. So getting multiple fingers involved, just gradually pushing the difficulty more and more and more and more and more and more and more. Drums are programmed with it, making it easier to hear everything and follow along. I'll be getting the other strings ready to go, added to the training program ebook thing and uploaded. Should be today, maybe tomorrow. But it's getting the material's getting done. So today, or as usual, I'm going to start with some practice of my own. I might change what I'm doing though, just a tiny little bit, because I've been doing the same thing each week, basically. Where the hell is it? There we go. And yeah, my practice time has just gone all to shit lately. Oh. Well, from what I've seen that's going on in LA, I don't blame you. I wouldn't want to go outside. Are you anywhere near the protests and all that? Sorry to hear that. That's right, you were painting the house. How close is that to being done? I need to change this to this and change the setting over here. Compression setup. And next is there. Okay. A student sent me one of these precision picks, and holy crap, is that thing huge in comparison to what I'm used to. Look at that. Look at the size difference there. It's also a lot thinner, but definitely curious how it's going to feel. So I'm wondering, does it help me be more precise? So let's test it out a little bit. Let's see. Going along with what I have been doing, I want if I can do that. God, that feels weird. Versus this one. Holy shit, Caleb! Thank you, and good to see you on. Well, I imagine you're pretty busy, because you got 2 wee bairns. So are you at work right now? You just happened to see that I was on? Okay, so yeah, we'll do an ascending, that'll do a descending thing, and then I might work on some other stuff next time. So I'm gonna just tab this out real quick. Yeah, I'm gonna start with that, because if I did, let me just do that. Probably makes sense to do that. That's what I have been doing. And then if I do the other way, I'm thinking. I guess that's fine. We'll do that. Home watching the babies. Oh, you. Thank you. I appreciate that. I sure as hell don't feel like it. Are you still... Well, how are things, if you don't mind sharing on the chat there? How's the family? How's your training? I know you're getting back into it. At least I think you were last time we talked. And then I know you had your weight set outside. I've been having to train at home. Things have changed around here. Anna she's got to have a bit of a commute to work now. We no longer live right across the street from where she works, so I got to train at home. I've had to get creative. So I'm going to work on this, and then I'm also going to do... The old man upstairs is thumping on the ground once again. Maybe he's doing his at-home workout. Doubt that. Let me see. Best shape of your life. And no complaint. Well, hell, that's good. Of course, you see what I'm drawn to that. Well, that's good. So, super lean, looking like Athlean X. Fuck, I ain't that lean. Of course, I never have been. I'm gonna end on what's going to do either that or yeah, I think that works. Let's do that. I like ending it on the A. Has a nice sound to it. Ugh. Okay, so let's work on those two. I'll try it with this precision pick just to see how it feels. I might go between the two of them. God. I might just end up getting used to it. God, it feels so weird holding so much and not having that hole in the middle. Yeah, it is nice not having to deal with anyone else at the gym. Got the mic placed a little bit different once again, so it sounds funny. Please let me know. Biggest issues I've had about the two gyms I've been at in California. The gym etiquette out here is horrendous. People do not put shit away. They don't. I mean, in Colorado, every now and then you have that problem, but out here it's just like it's constant. You know, they'll leave 45-pound plates sitting on the barbell, like multiple ones. I guess I can understand the leg press every now and then, just like one per side, but they leave messes everywhere. Just they don't clean up anything. Dumbbells, they don't put them back. God, it's ugh. So that's one nice thing about doing it at home. Don't have to worry about that anymore. Got to get creative with the leg training. Been doing Bulgarian split squats, which has been odd. I've only done that twice so far, and then also using a footstool and also balancing myself on a couple of things so I can do one leg squats. Good God, it's amazing how weak you are when just doing a one leg squat. It's ridiculous. Plastodon still sounds good, thank you. I haven't had people take weights when I'm using them. That one's pretty rare at least from what I've seen. I think there's some prank videos, people do that kind of crap, but I know like people like set weights down and then they walk away and then they're gone for a while, then yeah, they're gonna get taken. Especially gyms out here, like I'll look around to see if anyone's using what I was going to use when I see weight still on the dang thing. But, you know, I just assume they're not being used anymore because usually it's not. Okay, I believe we are set up. So I'll try the precision pick first and see what I think. Because that is one thing I want, is to be as precise as possible. All right, so there's that. Metronome on. Check. That's too long. Yes, you do need to get some playing in. Like that bitch. Yeah. The precision pick is more precise. Huh. Interesting. Alright. It's more precise. It is more precise. Like, that definitely feels like I'm more accurate with the dang thing. Like, I don't think these tips are that worn on the regular pick. But, yeah, there's a level of precision that's higher than this. It's just, yeah, it comes through better. Anyway. Cutting it close. He also gave me another one to try out, the attack pick. I swear I've had one of these. How's this feel? Feels pretty good. Back to the precision pick. Yeah, that feels better. Wow. That's wild. Yeah, you did show me that. Yeah, articulate. Absolutely. I'm sold. I'm sold on this one. Kind of feel bad I've been preaching Bog Street for so long. I don't know, something about this, it just feels really precise. Hence the name. Calling it 85. Or actually 170 with the 6 templates. That's crazy. That's freaking wild. I also tried it with the Swiss pick once. I know people really like these. This one's like a millimeter. Yeah, not as accurate. Got this guy. Oh, that's worn down. Let's see here. Oh, the good old stylus pick. No. No. What kind of crap in here should be thrown out. Oh yeah, this one. This is a V pick, the Screamer. That's crazy. Yeah, well, there you go. I need to invest in picks like that. Fucking A. Anyway. Today is the 20th. Not a bad start. 17 notes a second there. A massive amount of picks, Yeah. Yeah, I got more than what's sitting there, too. A handful of them are a whole lot of them. Tips are all worn out. Alright, I was streaming all the 30 minutes. I wanted to do the descending thing. We'll get to the, let me do the descending thing, and then we'll get to, back to the book. We stream in about 2 hours again today. worked on the descending thing in a bit, so I'd like to do that too. Let's start at 50 again. Now, yeah. Man, I got mixed feelings about it, because, you know, you get attached to a, well, at least I did, got attached to a specific kind of pick, and then even within Bog Street, I switched over to a different one. I'm going to see if Bog Street has something like this, but I'm also going to look into what else Dan's Guitar Store has. See if there are other thicknesses or sizes for this precision pick, because, yeah, like that tip works really well. Plastidon, about how long do you think the point stays? Like, does it stay for a while? Does it wear out quick? One thing I liked about these triangle picks is it's basically 3 picks in one, and this is only the 1 point. I'm concerned it would just keep wearing out fast. Alright, descending. Really? So you've been using it about a year? Well, that's really good to know. Damn. Even still, like, the fact that the pick has lasted that long for you, even on like a, I don't know, modest amount of playing, that's pretty dang good. Gives me hope. Oh, terrible. Pinch. Wasn't even a pinch. Better. going to sound like that. $12 for 10 picks. That's quite. It's a very affordable price compared to what I'm used to playing or paying for. So that's good. definitely harder on the descending. Probably because I haven't practiced it much at all. Oh, yes, sir. I agree. Well, good seeing you on. Thanks for the super chat. Talk to you soon. Shit. Pretty good. Alright, I'll take that one. Probably just wore it out. Oh, the pick, yeah. It's still got a nice good tip there. Come on. Focus, you son of a bitch. There. Tip's still pretty good there. Alright, I'll call it there. So what would that be? Whew, man. So 148. All right, so bathroom break and then time for the book. So I will be back in just a moment. Let's see, put that back on. Well, wait a minute. Wait a minute. And that off. Man, I can never find these dang things in here as fast as I want. There we go. All right, be right. No. There we go. Be right back. Okay, it's ready for the book. There we go. And that off. Okay. Okay. I think we are ready. Well, nope, not quite yet. No, one sec. Almost ready. Almost ready. Where to go? Okay. There. Change it to this. Alright, now we got the setting I want. Here. Okay, we're good to go. So today is day number 3. We're working through Speed Mechanics for Lead Guitar by Troy Stetina. And we left off with the start of doing some right hand or picking hand, alternate picking, speed picking exercises. We've gone through one already. Started looking at the next set of things. So, example 26 or exercise 26, that's where we're picking up from. Yeah, it says exercise 26 uses a chromatic sequence. Chromatic means using every half step rather than following a diatonic 7-tone scale. And I did notice down here, so I'm going to read real quick. It says, before going on to the next page, you should make sure that you can play exercise 25 at least 132 beats per minute or more. The idea is to first get a good controlled picking motion where it's easiest, on one string at a time. Then in the following pages, you will work on applying this picking technique You will work on applying this picking technique to crossing between strings. So yeah, the one that needs to be done at 132. Let's just do that real quick. So go back a page. I better be able to do this. The hardest part's going to be remembering where to go. So the thing to do, and also for anyone watching, if this is the first time watching one of these things, I'm not going to show actually what's in the book, I think that might be taking things a little too far. Might be considered unprofessional, rude, copyright infringement. I don't know. So we'll see if the man himself even comments on one of these things saying, hey, stop playing everything in here, damn it. But I did buy the book. I did buy it. Anyway, so I gotta remember where the heck to go here as we go. Here's what we need to be able to play. Wait a minute. It does not go back up again like that. Okay. So. And here we go. I keep wanting to go back. All right. So, yeah, next set of exercises, chromatic stuff. So he's just going up. Oh, I went too far. So basically just up so you can go down from the 12th fret. So and then just up and down all 6 strings. So I did mention on another day that I'm not a huge fan of doing chromatic stuff like this. It's not something you're going to use much of in what you actually play. I mean, you could, but I'd rather do more scale type stuff or give students more scale type stuff instead of just the chromatic stuff. I keep saying stuff a lot. I think that's an issue a lot of people have is they do a ton of chromatic things thinking that's what they have to warm up with every time they play, or that's what they have to use to get fast, and you don't. You definitely do not. You can if you like, but I don't feel it's necessary. Continuing on here, exercise 27 uses 3 notes per beat, 8th note triplets. This is similar to the lick from Randy Rhoads' live Suicide Solution solo, right before the 2-handed tapping part. So let's see what we have here. No resolve note though, so that's kind of a shame. I'd at least end it right there for this lick. Code JavaScript with Hassan on YouTube says, I am a beginner. Can I ask something? Yes, you can. Ask away. Please do. And then it says repeat on basically all the other strings. I feel that something like this, that kind of exercise is really more of a hand synchronization thing to work on. Because, well, you want to make sure everything's lined up together. Whereas, I'm not trying to say I'm better, I'm just saying what I like to give. So, what I like to give students to work on when they're learning to pick fast and they're working on pushing their speed is something where it's just like this. So they're not worried about what the fretting hand is doing so much. A little bit, because you could just do. That would get kind of old. But you're not, trying to sync everything up at the same time. Certainly is a time and place for that, but when you're just starting to try and get the picking hand moving, I think people are going to have an easier time doing that without trying to make the fretting hand move like every single pick stroke right away. I think that might be asking a bit too much from people, and having more steps to get there would be more appropriate and more helpful. On YouTube, the question is, I am practicing C minor pentatonic with 80 beats per minute, 2 notes per beat, but if I try to do 3 notes per beat, I can still play but unable to follow rhythm. So, what exactly would the question be? I have an idea of what it would be, but I'm not sure. Tell you this, like going from just trying to play 2 notes per beat with that. Ugh. That's a hell of a jump. That's a hell of a jump. And I would not recommend trying to do that. Unless, well, I guess it depends on what the goal is. And if you're unable to follow the rhythm, that means that you can't play it. So yes, what exactly is the question and what is the goal? And while you answer that, we'll continue on here. Exercise 28 is similar to 25 but uses 6 notes per beat sextuplets. You can think of 6 notes per beat as 16th note triplets with one 3-note triplet on the downbeat and another on the upbeat. Slow down the metronome accordingly. And I would imagine some people would be confused as to what the heck that means. So that was at, yeah, let's see. So it's the same notes there. Can I just do it at the 132? Let's do it at the 132. Let's do that again. Oh, wait, he changes it. Yeah, that's quite the skill gap there. The fact that he goes from 6 notes from the, I think there's a lot more steps that could be done to help people ease into that kind of challenge. So, but yeah, I mean, how much can you really cram into one of these old books, So exercise. So exercises 29 and 30 move up and down minor scales on a single string, similar to licks in the style of Yngwie Malmsteen. All right, so these might definitely cause me some trouble. Let's see. Nope, it goes harmonic minor there. Nope. Let's work that one up. Let's work that one up. Because I'm not doing so well with it. I knew it would give me some trouble. I'll go up in 5s on this. Again, this is like both hands. Like synchronization work for both hands, so it's like definitely shred guitar work, lead guitar work for sure, but I do not feel this is picking hand focused. It's focusing on both at the same time, which isn't bad, but I feel some steps were missed. If the idea of this section is to just get the picking moving faster, definitely more things could have been done prior to combining the two of these ideas, like the right and the left hand at the same time. Screwing up that higher pitched part. Damn it. Alright, tiny break. Yeah, I knew I was going to have trouble with this one. I guess I'm not getting a response about what the actual question is, and the goal is, did Hassan leave? Damn it. There we go. Perhaps he was overwhelmed. But we'll never know. Alright, so example number 30. Let's see how this one goes. Okay, change the key, huh? Jesus. Wow. He has an unnecessary slide mark put in here. Whoops, that's a typo. That's a long one to do. Again, a big jump in the difficulty. Really big jump. And the fact that the key was changed, I think that might be confusing, because like someone's going to get used to the notes on the previous exercise, and then they got to learn some different fret placements. That can be very confusing. So breaking something like this down into 1 or 2 bars would be a really great idea to kind of ease into what the whole thing is. I will not be working that up right now because that's going to take a while. let's go on to the next exercise. Exercises 31 and 32 use different sequences to move down the scale. So looks like we're back in A minor. Okay. Yeah, something like that is very much a hand synchronization kind of thing. Because that's not something that's going to be easy to get going fast. It really isn't, like, versus something like that. I wonder how fast I can even get that. Because that's a tough one to be accurate with. Let's try it out. This one I'll try out. Wait a minute. Oh wait, okay, it doesn't skip. Getting tough. Getting tough. Let's see if I can get to that 180 goal speed I have people do for the shred guitar stuff. Can I get to 180 with this today? Ooh, getting close. I can also feel the lack of food now kicking in. Almost time to eat again. Oh man, I don't know about that ending. Whew. Yeah, something like this would I'd most likely just be doing. So never really practiced something like this. I've done things like that. Those are freaking hard too. Oh boy, I don't know if I'm gonna get this one. I think I've reached my limit. Oh man. Yeah, I don't think that's happening. Well, at 165, and I do tell everyone, always make sure you end on a good take, but that's for when you're practicing to get better. I'm just trying some things out here, so I'm just going to move on. All right, so the next one they have, hey, it's what I was just doing a second ago. Oh, that's just the one. Damn it. Kind of weird, like all of a sudden, like the open fret or the open string portion right at the very end. It makes sense to just end it like that. It'd make it a lot easier. Versus, damn it. I think people are going to have to single that section out, that last bar of this exercise, and get that down so they can do the rest. Anyway, so yeah, again, definitely work the hell out of your finger synchronization stuff. It's a left hand or fretting hand. Try not to swear so much. It'll kick your left hand's or your fretting hand's butt. It's definitely a workout. All right, exercise 33 implies a chord progression. A chord progression implies a chord progression, giving it a classical Malmsteen sound. All right, so what do we have on this one? feel that's a fair jump in the difficulty going from 31 to 32. That one makes sense to me. Exercise 33 implies... Wait a minute, I just did that. What am I talking about? Going from 32 to 33 makes sense to me. Yeah, I like that. That's a good progression, I feel. 31 to 32 works well. Also works. Anyway, the next one... Oh, wait, that's the whole thing, is that? Never mind. Because it starts with that and then goes into something totally... Oh, no. Okay, hold on. What do we have here? Oh, Jesus Christ. I take back what I said. Wow, never mind. That's a hell of a jump. That's like two different things in one. Kind of feels like two different things in one. That's a big jump in difficulty. That definitely needs to be broken down for most people in order for them to get the whole thing. I feel like the second half should be worked on by itself. Sounds cool. Yeah. I feel like it kind of ends early though. Damn it. Shake it out there. I'll try it again. Switch over to this. It'll sound neat. Probably need to slow it down a little bit. Oh, felt like that would have been it. Death roll, hello. Yeah, dripping by. Well, that's unique. Damn it. You get so used to doing a specific pattern that it changes it on you. It throws me off. There we go. I figured. But it's funnier. It's funnier the original way. Alright, so that's that. On to the next page. So yes, he did advise, for those who don't remember or who missed it, says you want to make sure you get the first exercise for the picking up to at least 132 beats per minute before you move on to this next thing. Vampires on Twitch, hello. It's not the end of the stream yet. You're early for you. How are things in Mexico? Alright, leading with a downstroke. Here, you will be changing strings, first leading to each new string with a downstroke in groups of 4. The idea is to apply the same small picking motion that you have developed to crossing the strings. Watch your picking hand in a mirror as you practice to make sure that the pick doesn't come away from the strings noticeably when you move to each new string. Use the metronome as before. I don't know if using a mirror is really the way to go, because shouldn't you just be watching your pick instead? I guess you could try doing that, but I think you should just watch your pick. Just look down. There it is, right there. I think that's easier to tell how far away from the strings you go versus looking in a mirror. But perhaps I'm just being a pedantic asshole. Exercise 34 uses a sequence in the chromatic scale, using every half step, with a 4-note per string pattern. Exercise 35 simply follows the 4-note per string pattern that you used in exercise 1. Oh boy. So more chromatic stuff. Now. Okay, well, we'll try this in a second here. Vampire says, a little nervous, really nervous. Why are you nervous? ¿Por qué tú nervioso? Would that be right? I'm okay. I'm not nervous. Well, last time you said, Def World, you said you were doing 60-pound dumbbells. So what happened? You went down. All right, so this chromatic one, I'll switch back to this setting. So he starts here, then you go. I see. So he's doing it to make sure no note is missed. And then, all right. Well, there you go. More chromatic stuff. Yeah, that's fine. If you want to work chromatics, I don't feel like it's necessary. And then exercise 35. So yeah, this is, again, stuff that I've had people show me that they play all the time for warm-ups, or thinking that they're going to get faster and things like that. It has its uses, but not stuff I'd really have most people trying. But you can. 60s were just overkill, literally. Haha. Well, my question is, how's your form when you do it? Are you swinging it in any way whatsoever? Are you able to come up with it and have a nice, good control on the way down and just squeeze on the way up? Slow, controlled the whole time? 'Cause yeah, I'd be afraid I'd rip my freaking bicep off the tendon doing that. With 50s. Okay, playing 2 notes per string is still the same type of motion as playing 4 notes per string. You always lead to the new string with a downstroke. This is definitely not something that would be designed for like really pushing your speed, because picking just 2 notes per string, you're not going to get crazy fast with that. It's perfectly fine to play. But I don't know. I got the impression you're supposed to be working on getting a faster right hand, but now it's just kind of a, here's an exercise that's challenging, perhaps? I don't know. Yeah, it's just basically just doing a pentatonic thing. It's definitely challenging. This is not something you're going to get very fast with. Vampires, he said, haha, well, the same day of graduation, same day they give me the results of the exam I took. Oh. So that's coming up. How many more days until that happens? See, exercise 37 uses the same picking as exercise 36, but one note moves while the other stays the same. This is a particularly good stretching exercise for the left hand as well. Is that right? Oh, wow. There's no resolve. I think there needs to be a resolve note that was missed. He doesn't have one. That's a good resolve note. So if you're trying to do this exercise in here, I would let's end it with that. Give it. It's the 25th of this month, so 5 more days. Well, I hope it goes well for you. Dev Road Forum was not good whatsoever. He told me legit 50 dumbbells are fine. Anything above that, just get a damn barbell. Unnecessary and not practical. Well, what about the form now? How's the form at the 50s? Because the hell do I use? 20s on the dumbbells at home. And of course, you really want to challenge yourself. You can put. It hurts my arm too much. Like, this feels like a weird thing in my tendons. But like, laying on a bench backwards and then having your arm outstretched behind you, you can barely lift anything that way, and it stretches the ever living shit out of those biceps to make them bigger. Yeah, I was doing that, but then just something felt really gross in my tendons and I think that elbow there. I was like, I better not do that. Something ain't right. Alright, next thing. The next example uses the same type of sequence played by Randy Rose near the end of his live Suicide Solution solo. Notice how the whole pattern is shifted up chromatically, with the leading note raising a half step, then pulling up the other 3. Okay. So yeah, this is quite, it's just like, here's another thing, almost like a random one, you know? 2 reps per set. You're gonna kill your joints, dude. Are you trying to just be stronger at the curl? Or are you trying to get bigger? Creatine and pre-workout has nothing to do with that. Who told you that? Shame on them. Yeah, this is a very random lick here. It's just like, here's a cool thing, which is fine, but I can see why people might get frustrated with this because, like, well, you know, there's no build up into it. So yeah, breaking something like this down into small pieces is going to be necessary for most people. Like if I really wanted to get the most out of this exercise 38 here, I need to break it down bar by bar because this is a lot of stuff happening. Yeah, that's an 8. Oh, he's doing it like that. Yep, and that just changes, doesn't follow the same kind of pattern as before. Wow, and that jumps all the way up to that. Jesus Christ. Well, that'll definitely work on lead mechanics for sure. It'll definitely help you get better at challenging sequences because that's a pain in the ass. So I would highly recommend break something like this down into very small pieces because that's a lot of stuff to take in. That's a lot of stuff to take in. And you're much better off getting that memorized so you can have a better shot at working it up. So yeah, break it down into smaller pieces. That's one thing I feel is definitely missing from this book. I don't remember him saying it. Maybe he'll say it later. But yeah, breaking these things down into smaller, more manageable pieces, I'd say it's necessary. It's absolutely necessary. I can't play that worth of shit. I've been playing for over 20 years, and I just stumbled my way through that. Maybe I just suck. Anyway, it's legit the highest we'll go in terms of dumbbells. Trying to get stronger, period, not bigger. With the 50s in terms of using them for my delts, shoulders, chest, and arms. Well, yeah, sets of 2 can certainly do that. Even if I was trying to work on strength, I don't know. That seems very... Well, I guess it depends on how close to failure you're getting. Alright, leading with an upstroke. All of the previous exercises have led with a downstroke to each new string. However, when you play patterns with 3 notes per string, the pick crosses over and leads with an upstroke. Watch your picking hand in a mirror as you practice these exercises to make sure your pick stays close to the strings without any extra movement. And as I've said before, I don't agree with the whole extra movement thing. As long as it sounds good, that's all that matters. And I still think instead of watching yourself in a mirror, watch the pick itself. I think you have a better chance, a better time seeing what the hell's happening by looking at the pick, not a reflection of it. Your hand's going to be in the way. Alright, so now this is good because it's got nice little short ones to work on at first. Still would like to have some kind of resolve note. And there's no rhythm notation for this either. Next one. That's much more difficult for me. And then this, we got more chromatic stuff, it looks like. Just yep, more chromatic stuff. And then repeat on all the other strings. Memorize the 3 note per string scale patterns from A minor in each position on the neck. fingerings and picking sequences are explained on the cassette, which we are not going to be listening to. But you got your F Lydian shape, G Mixolydian, A Aeolian, or your A natural minor, B Locrian, C Ionian, D Dorian, and E Phrygian. Let's see. Continuing with what Death World is saying, like, strength is a little more important than my looks. My cardio and hit plan has been very effective. Well, that's good. Although I'd imagine the hit training would interfere with strength training. Yeah, because to doing like sets of 1 and 2, like really heavy sets of 1 and 2, that's a guaranteed way to just fuck yourself up. Absolutely. Absolutely. As I said, I mean, if you're really close to failure with that, then yeah. But if you're not close to failure and it's not difficult, then it's fine, because, you know, it really depends on how hard you're pushing yourself. I should grab a snack? Well, no snacks yet. Lifting 2 times a week, more hard cardio and hit. Oh yeah, that'll certainly do it more. Doing heavy lifting is not good for changing the physique. Not at all. At least powerlifting type training. It's not going to change much. Got to work in the hypertrophy zone. 5 to 30 rep sets. Close to failure. Anyway, continuing on. The 3 exercises below use the first and second scale patterns you have just learned on the previous page. I've already known them. Play up the top 6 notes of the first pattern, then shift up into the second pattern to descend. Oh man, that's going to confuse people. Wait a minute. Okay, he's just staying with that. Never mind. Never mind. That's not going to confuse people. I am incorrect. I assumed... I read that wrong. So, you see, something like that, I'm already going to have concerns with it, because I know... It's like... Those aren't finger-friendly positions. It's totally fine to work on that. But I would want to give something like this to people just starting out. Because the pattern, that's much easier to remember and visualize versus this. Alright, now add strings 3 and 4. Quit fucking making chords. And again, I would rather have somebody start with something like this. Much friendlier shapes, or this one. But let's see where he's going with it, and then yeah, add strings 5 and 6. So now apply the same idea you just used in the above exercises to the rest of the scale patterns shown in exercise 42. The following licks show several run ideas you can build on. Okay, so basically he just I guess he'll play it on the cassette, or now online, how that's supposed to sound. So wait a minute. So I guess he just wants you to go up and down, basically this. Still would like to have a resolve note at the end of all these things. I think that's another thing that's missing from this. And then up these two. Shit. As high as it went. No, and it also goes. That was it. All right. So yeah, fine thing to work on. Could definitely use some extra steps for people to ease into it. I guess he kind of does that there. Yeah. Can't think of much else to add with that one. All right, continue on then. So I did that. Yeah, the following licks show several run ideas you can build on. Although the notes change, mechanically it remains the same movement, groups of 6. This makes it relatively easy to play fast because all you need to master is one basic mechanic. The scalar-oriented runs, which make an important part of today's faster playing styles, are often 3 notes per string scale patterns. That is true. Although this is making this relatively easy to play, like the first thing going here is like back and forth. I can see some people being like, "Oh, how come I'm not having an easy time playing that fast?" Like you have an easier time something like that versus back and forth like that. It definitely takes some work. So anyway, anytime somebody says, "Oh, it's going to be easy," and I've had so many students where I think an approach to something is going to be easy, or it'll be easy to play fast or whatever, and then I see some students it ends up being somewhat easy, and then other students I'm just like, how is it not easy? I don't know, but we all are so different that I'm hesitant to say, "Oh yeah, it's going to be easy," because someone is not going to have an easy time with it, and then they're going to feel discouraged, I'm afraid, and then yeah. Anyway, here's this lick. Oops. And then skip all the way to that. Yeah, people have a very difficult time, running just up a scale like that. That's considered one of the most challenging things you can do on guitar, is to run up a scale like that quickly. That's not considered easy. That's considered very difficult. Jump there. Yeah, people are going to struggle with that one. That's where the whole two-way pick slanting, that's one of the things that help bring about the talk of two-way pick slanting. Oh, Jesus, now we got string skipping in here. That's not going to be easy for people. he throws in a harmonic minor thing, which is not part of the scale shapes you're supposed to memorize, so that might throw somebody off. The first thing you learned was going up and down scales. Trying to do it quick. Jesus. Jesus Christ. And did you find it easy? Or you find it difficult like so many people? Alright, next lick. And we are coming near the end of the stream here. Just so everybody knows. Jesus, you just straight up going right on down. Hold on a minute. That's out of key. Wait, am I reading this wrong? Oh, sorry. No, it's not. I'm just reading it wrong. Oh, he's doing the octave thing. Okay. Wow, he's skipping 2 strings? Jesus. So yeah, if anyone's gets to this and they see that double 2 strings you gotta skip, yeah, that will be challenging for most people, for sure. Just go straight to open. Wait a minute, no, I did that wrong. He goes, oh, what the hell? Oh, he goes harmonic minor again. Maybe this will be fun to play, for sure. But yeah, I keep thinking like it's supposed to be like a book to help you get really fast, but then like, no, it's not about just speed. It's lead mechanics. So I gotta keep checking my thoughts here. Yeah, I mean it's all fine. And it's, I think this must be a really tough thing for him to put together, because lead mechanics, like, there's only like a few things really when it comes to it, like, how to pick, fret, hammer-ons, pull-offs, things like that. And then it's like, well, then you just got to figure out, like, well, what examples are you going to give? So I would imagine that's a really challenging thing, because it's not easy to try and, like, truly scale things from, like, easy to medium to really hard difficulty stuff. But yeah, break things down into small pieces. Break them down, because that's going to be necessary here for sure. Just wouldn't say call them easy, because yeah, this will be challenging for a lot of people. Oof, and then this last one on the page. Oh man, he throws in a finger tap. We haven't even gone over finger tapping, and he just throws in some taps when it hasn't been introduced yet. Okay, I know what I just said, but man, like, don't introduce a new technique in a hard-ass riff or lick like that. Introduce the technique first and work up to it a little bit. Shit. That's going to screw with a lot of people. Exercise number 50. Some tapping talk needed to happen prior to that. That needed to happen beforehand. Oh. Placid on YouTube says, so the 3-note per string stuff, super complicated. Mess up some of the shapes, like playing 2-3-5 instead of 2-4-5. I had this book at some point. Oh, this one. Sadly, my dad threw away a lot of the tab books and vinyl. Well, that sucks. So yeah, there you go. A super confusing thing. So these are things that need to be eased into for most people, for sure. God, all right. So this thing. Okay, so Jesus Christ, man. So it starts off with sextuplets, or the 16th note triplets. Throws in finger tapping for the first time in this book. And then throws in a quick 30-second note hammer-on pull-off. And then into 16th notes to finish it. That is going to confuse the ever-living shit out of most people. And if I didn't have to go to the dang bathroom again, I'd try and work on it more. But we're also pretty close to 2 hours here. It's about time to wrap it up. Maybe next week I'll try working on that, but I don't know. Yeah, that's about time to wrap things up here. But yeah, exercise 50. Tapping should have been introduced first. And then Placidon says, sorry, it wasn't super complicated for me to interpret those scales, but it kind of bastardized them over the years. Tamau, the stream was just appeared on your page and you don't even play guitar. Well, goddamn. Can I play any DT Dream Theater, I'm assuming? Oh, dear. Yes. No, I don't know any Dream Theater, I'm sorry. And it's actually time for this stream to come to an end. We've just been going over this book here, working through it. But, sorry, don't know any Dream Theater. But John Petrucci is a hell of a guitar player. For sure. Alright, yeah, it's been about 2 hours. I need to wrap things up. So no tab inputting today. No ASMR. Tristan the Destroyer, well, he's not even here, so he's probably still in bed in Australia. Alright, so maybe I'll try this lick next week to start things off. And then we'll continue on. So we're about, I don't know. There's still a good chunk of this book left. We got a lot of material to cover. Lots of material. Alright, well, that's going to do it. Thank you, everybody who came on the stream, who watches the archived one. And that'll be it. See you all again